Welcome back to Freedomfully, where we explore purposeful living in retirement. Today we're talking about something deeply personal and profoundly important: creating memory projects that truly matter. As we enter our retirement years, many of us start thinking about legacy, not just what we'll leave behind, but how we want to be remembered. The beautiful thing is, we don't have to wait until we're gone for our memories to make an impact. We can create meaningful projects right now that bring joy to our families and preserve our stories for generations. But here's what I've learned after helping hundreds of retirees with their legacy projects. The most meaningful memory projects aren't just about preserving the past, they're about creating connections in the present. They're conversation starters, relationship builders, and ways to share wisdom that goes far beyond what any photo album could capture. Today, I'll share 8 powerful memory project ideas that go beyond the typical scrapbook. We'll explore projects that tell stories, preserve wisdom, and create lasting impact. Whether you're crafty or not, tech-savvy or traditional, there's a meaningful project here for you. Before we dive into specific projects, let's talk about why this matters so much in today's world. Research shows that families who know their history have children with higher self-esteem, better coping skills, and stronger family bonds. But here's the challenge. In our digital age, we're actually losing family stories faster than ever before. Photos sit on phones never to be printed, stories go untold, and family recipes disappear when the cook is no longer with us. Traditional memory keeping was often passive. We'd put photos in albums and hope someone would look at them someday. But meaningful memory projects are active. They invite participation, spark conversations, and create ongoing connections. The projects we'll explore today are designed to be living documents. Things that grow and evolve, that family members want to engage with, and that serve multiple purposes beyond just preservation. Studies from Emory University found that children who knew family stories were more resilient and had better emotional health. But it's not just about the children. The act of creating these projects gives us purpose, helps us process our own experiences, and often reveals patterns and wisdom we didn't even know we possessed. Let's start with what I call a wisdom collection. This isn't just a memoir, it's a curated collection of the most important lessons you've learned, organized by life themes. Instead of writing chronologically, organize by topics that matter. What I've learned about love, lessons from failure, advice for difficult times, what really matters in life. Each section contains 3 to 5 key insights with brief stories that illustrate them. Start by brainstorming the biggest lessons you've learned. Don't worry about writing perfectly. Focus on capturing the essence of what you want to pass on. You can write by hand, type on a computer, or even record audio that gets transcribed later. The beauty of this project is its flexibility. Some people create beautiful handwritten books, others use simple word processing, and some record video messages for each lesson. The format matters less than the content. Here's what makes it interactive. Include questions at the end of each section. What lessons have you learned about this topic? How do you see this playing out in your own life? This turns your wisdom collection into a conversation starter and a family discussion guide. I've seen grandparents use these during family dinners. Parents reference them during difficult conversations with adult children. And families create entire traditions around reading and discussing these insights together. Our second project transforms family recipes into something much more meaningful than a simple cookbook. The Recipe Legacy box captures not just ingredients and instructions, but the stories, memories, and love behind each dish. For each recipe, include 3 elements: the recipe itself, the story behind it, and a photo of the dish or the person who made it. But here's the key. Focus on the memories and emotions, not just the cooking instructions. Write about where the recipe came from, who taught it to you, when you made it, and why it was special. This was Grandma Rose's apple pie recipe. She made it every Sunday after church, and the whole house would smell like cinnamon and love. I remember standing on a chair beside her, learning to crimp the edges just right. Organize your collection in a way that tells your family's story. You might group recipes by the person who created them, by seasons and holidays, or by life events. Include photos of family gatherings where these dishes were served. Here's what makes this a living project. Leave space for adaptations and new memories. When family members make the recipes, they can add their own notes, photos, and stories. Maybe your daughter creates a healthier version. or your grandson adds his own twist. I know families who use these recipe collections as the foundation for monthly cooking sessions, where different generations come together to make family dishes and share stories. It becomes a way to pass on not just recipes, but traditions and connections. The Life Timeline Tapestry is a visual representation of your life that shows not just what happened to you, but how your personal story intersected with history and culture. Create a large timeline that includes your major life events, births, marriages, moves, career changes, but also includes historical events, cultural milestones, and family events that happened during the same periods. This gives context and helps younger family members understand what life was like during different eras. You can create this as a physical poster, a digital presentation, or even a wall display in your home. Include photos, newspaper clippings, ticket stubs, and other memorabilia that represent different periods of your life. For example, next to started my first job in 1965, you might include information about what was happening in the world, the civil rights movement, the space race, popular music of the time. This helps family members understand not just what you did, but what it was like to live during that time. The tapestry becomes even more meaningful when you include other family members' timelines alongside yours. Show how your children's births coincided with career changes, how family moves affected everyone, and how different generations experience the same historical events. Make it interactive by encouraging family members to add their own memories and perspectives. They might remember events differently, or have additional photos and stories to contribute. This collaborative approach creates a richer, more complete family narrative. The Values Treasure Map is one of my favorite projects because it helps families understand not just what they believe, but why they believe it and where those beliefs came from. Start by identifying your core values, things like honesty, hard work, kindness, education, family loyalty. Then, for each value, create a visual map that shows where it came from, how it was demonstrated in your life, and how you hope it continues in your family. For each value, ask yourself, who taught me this? What experiences reinforced it? How have I tried to live it? What stories best illustrate it? Then create visual connections between the value, the people who influenced it, and the stories that demonstrate it. This doesn't have to be artistic. It can be as simple as a hand-drawn diagram or as elaborate as a painted family tree. The important thing is showing the connections between values, people, and experiences. Be honest about values that were challenged or changed over time. Maybe you grew up believing one thing, but life experiences taught you something different. These evolution stories are often the most powerful and help family members understand that values can grow and adapt. Use the completed map as a discussion tool. Ask family members which values resonate with them, which ones they've seen demonstrated, and how they want to carry these values forward. This creates meaningful conversations about what really matters to your family. The Letter Legacy series is perhaps the most emotionally powerful project we'll discuss. It involves writing letters to be opened at specific times or occasions in your family members' lives. Write letters for milestone moments, to be opened on your wedding day, for when you become a parent, when you're facing a difficult decision, on your 30th birthday, or when you need encouragement. Each letter contains wisdom, love, and perspective specific to that life moment. Don't try to write all the letters at once. Start with 1 or 2 occasions that feel most important to you. Write from your heart, sharing what you wish you had known at that age or stage of life, what you hope for them, and how proud you are of who they're becoming. Some letters might be practical, advice about marriage, parenting, or career decisions. Others might be purely emotional, expressions of love, pride, and hope. Include family stories that relate to the situation they'll be facing. Store the letters in a beautiful box or folder, clearly labeled with when they should be opened. You might give the collection to family members now, or arrange for them to receive it at a specific time. The Skill-Sharing series preserves not just your knowledge, but your actual techniques and methods. This project involves creating detailed documentation of skills you want to pass on, everything from practical abilities to creative talents. Document each skill using multiple methods: written instructions, photos of each step, and video demonstrations. This multi-layered approach ensures the knowledge is preserved even if one format becomes outdated or damaged. Make it interactive by teaching the skills directly to family members, while creating the documentation. This creates shared memories and ensures the knowledge is truly transferred, not just recorded. Pause 2. Now that we've explored 6 meaningful memory project ideas, let's talk about how to actually get started and see these projects through to completion. First, choose one project that resonates most with you. Don't try to do everything at once. Pick the project that feels most urgent or exciting, and commit to working on it for just 15-30 minutes a few times a week. Set up a simple system for collecting materials and ideas. Keep a notebook or folder where you can jot down memories, collect photos, and gather materials as you think of them. This makes the actual creation process much easier. Remember, these projects don't have to be perfect or completed quickly. Some of the most meaningful memory projects evolve over months or even years. The important thing is to start and make consistent progress. Consider involving family members in the creation process. Not only does this make the work more enjoyable, but it also ensures the projects will be valued and used. When people participate in creating something, they're more invested in preserving it. Creating meaningful memory projects isn't just about preserving the past. It's about strengthening connections in the present and building bridges to the future. These projects become gifts that keep giving, creating conversations, sharing wisdom, and building family bonds that last for generations. Whether you choose to create a wisdom collection, a recipe legacy box, a life timeline tapestry, a values treasure map, a letter legacy series, or a skill sharing series, you're creating something far more valuable than any material inheritance. Remember, the most important element in any memory project isn't the format or the materials. It's the love and intention behind it. Your family doesn't need perfection. They need your stories, your wisdom, and your heart. I'd love to hear about the memory projects you create. Share your experiences in the comments below. If this video inspired you to start a project, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for a more meaningful retirement.